My name is Taylor and welcome to my crafting room. I make new videos every Thursday and Tuesday at 3 p.m. EST, so please be sure to subscribe. This week I'm going to be working on a short duo. I recently went to one of the local stores in my area that sells a lot of yarn and crafting supplies. Kind of wholesale, but not really. So everything's donated, so it's all very cheap. So I got this bag of yarn, I think for like $10, the blue yarn, and then I got even more of this even thicker yarn, but we're not using this one today. That's going to be for a different project. I don't actually know what that project will be, but we're not using that. So I have this yarn, and then I have a very small amount, just a little bit more than a skein of this yarn. Because I have so little of this yellow and so much more of the blue, it's gonna be mainly blue with like yellow stripes. I think I'm gonna do the hexagon t-shirt. I was gonna do a t-shirt dress, but I think I'm gonna still hold on to that idea and do like a t-shirt and short combo. I have little tiny buttons that I might use to button up the shirt, but I'm not sure. We'll figure that out when we get there. I think I'm gonna go smaller. I think I'm gonna do the 4.5. I'm not gonna wind it unless this material proves to need winding. I feel like I'm gonna be okay. So I know that if I did the hexagon, hexagon. And let's see, these for sure. These are my patterns that I came up with. They're not really detailed, but I decided I was gonna do a pentagon for the shorts and then do the 2 hexagon sides for the shirt sleeves. I have like a bunch of zippers. I actually have like a bag of zippers. So instead of doing buttons, it might be helpful to do zippers and do like a 3/4 zip for the shirt. That might be cute. Let me see if I have a zipper that matches. Oh yes, perfect. So of my zippers, I have this like classic blue. It's like a flimsy zipper. This is like a sturdier, like if I wanted to do a full zipper, like a shirt, like a jacket. I don't know, no idea. But first, let's crochet the shirt to see what we can get. Let's go. Oh. Hello. I forgot I was filming. Well, since I have your attention, I figured that this would be a good time to ask you to subscribe because like 90% or some embarrassingly high number of people who watch this channel are not subscribed, but returned. So like if this is your second video of mine, maybe please consider subscribing. I would love to have you a part of the community, and also let me know what you guys are crocheting. I know a lot of times I'm crocheting, I'm just looking for something to crochet with. Crochet too. I've been watching true crime a lot, but it's been giving me nightmares, so I can't currently watch that. So instead I'm watching fake crime. I'm watching Law & Order. The newest season, I haven't seen it, but it's on Peacock, and I got Peacock so I could watch Love Island, and so before I cancel it, I'm going to continue to finish out this season of Law & Order. And then I'm going to cancel it. Maybe I'll finish Bel Air too, because I feel like Bel Air is really good. I like it. Maybe I'll use that bigger, thicker yarn that I got from Stitch Buffalo to be a coat. And if so, I might save that longer zipper for that. I was gonna make a sweater with it. Maybe a dress? I don't know. I just got these clothing items from my boyfriend to harvest some buttons because I don't have any buttons. So these are items of clothes that he hasn't worn in years. So I'm gonna go through them cut off their buttons if they have extra buttons and put them in here for my future crochet projects. They're all small buttons and they're all like the same pearly white color, which is fine, but as I go through like my clothes and other things, I'm gonna do the same thing where if I have buttons that, or if I have clothes that I don't like or don't wear, that have buttons on them, like the extra buttons on like the wash instructions here, see the extra buttons, I'm gonna cut them off and put them in there. I think that's probably a better idea than just wearing them anyway, so that way I don't lose them. I actually have an idea because he was going to donate these clothes, so he's not wearing them at all, actually. So I have the idea of cutting these into ribbons and then using them to make some like projects, bags, tote bags, stuff like that. Hopefully. That's the goal. I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but we'll see. This is the total amount of buttons that I was able to collect from the shirts. I ended up keeping a couple of shirts that he was gonna throw away. So I have this Tommy Hilfiger shirt, so I just cut off the extra buttons and I kept the buttons that were on this one. I think these like oversized shirts, I have a little light gray one too, same shirt, light gray. I'm keeping that. I think that those are very cute, so they're mine now. These shirts I'm gonna cut up and like wind together and try to see if I can make like a bag or something out of them, a little fall accessory. Maybe I could try to sell it at a market or something. Back to the project of the week. I am one skein in, and this is like how far I got. It's like a baby shirt. This is 13 rounds. I'm going to end up doing 15 and then I'm 15 rounds, so 2 more rounds all the way, and then I'm going to cut it off here because I don't want the sleeve to be too long, so I'm going to only do the 4 sides after that part. I actually had to restart this whole project like twice because I wasn't sure. I started it and then I'm like, wait, do I need to do a hexagon? Was I supposed to do an octagon? Because I was like, this doesn't look right. And so I took it out and did it as an octagon. I was like, well, that's definitely not right. They look like pants. So I was like, okay, maybe it's a pentagon. That wasn't right. And so then I realized that it actually was a hexagon. I was right. And the moral of the story is to trust the process, like, because I didn't, and then I had to start over and I lost all of that progress. That being said, I also switched hooks to a smaller hook, and I did a round at 12 in a different color because I thought it would be cute. It was cream, not the yellow, because I want the yellow stripe to be not on the sleeve. I want it to be on a stripe that just goes straight down. But this is remnants of when it was a hexagon, so I'm going to just try to see where is it broke when I pulled it off. So here we go. Okay, I'm not going to get the rest of that out. That's not working. So I'm going to tie this together and then get out a new skein of yarn. So then I have this whole bag. I still have 2, 4, 6 skeins of this yarn. What? So I'm gonna come back when I've made some substantial progress to update you guys. Hopefully I can get this done. I've somehow decided just now that I'm going to do as much of this outfit in a day. If I can get this full outfit done in a day, that would be great. If I have to go to work tomorrow, so that'll take a good chunk of my time away from me. It's 4 o'clock, so I'm going to try to get as much of this done as possible. Okay, so this is the shirt. The first half of the shirt is done. I think the shirt sits pretty well at this, and I like that the collar folds over, but I think I'm going to keep the collar, combine it at the bottom. But I think like as far as the back goes, I think having it come here and just sit like here, I think this is good. I like the little white peekaboo. I think that's really cute. It's dark. All right, so let's go work on the second half. So I am like quite annoyed because I got to round 8 and I was like, oh, this is really quick. I did it in about 20 minutes. And then I realized this is a pentagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. As in, this is no good. I have to start all over again. But I'll show you guys what I'm doing this time. On my channel, I do have a granny square tutorial that will show you how to make the clusters for granny squares. That is pretty much the heart of this pattern. But instead of working on 4 sides for a square, we're going to make a hexagon, not a pentagon, a hexagon. Okay, so I ended up using, for the shirt, the first half of the shirt, I ended up using 2 full skeins of this. Well, really like 1 1/4. So I have the other 1 3/4, and then I have the other remaining quarter right here, which I don't know how much is left, but I'm going to use the tail and work backwards with a hexagon this time and save this one for when that runs out. I also ended up using about a skein or half a skein of cotton yarn. So I'm going to start by making a magic ring. The chain 2. And then I'm going to do the first cluster. Cluster is a group of 3, double crochet. So the chain 2 counts as the first one. 2 double crochet, do a chain 2, and that's for the corner. 1, 2, 3, 6 cluster. So I should, after this chain 2, have 6 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this will be the 6th. So I'm going to pull my ring closed, and I will show you my small hexagon. Okay, so I'm going to continue working this pattern normally for the first 20 rows. I'm going to complete up to round 20 where I'm doing all 5 sides. Eventually, in row 21, I will stop increasing the sleeves because I like where it sits at that point. So there's no need to keep them going. So it's 1, 2, 3. I'm also adding a couple of color changes before I get to round 20. I'm specifically putting my color changes in round 12, going back to the main color until round 16, going back to the main color after round 17, until the color change, until the end of the sleeve. Okay, I'll try to show you again. So we have a hexagon, hopefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. And you can tell because if you take the 2 closest sides to each other, it'll create a little 7, backward 7. This is the foundation of the shirt. This is how the shirt's gonna look. Okay. Don't mind me, I'm doing about an hour's worth of work. I'm currently watching an episode of Law & Order, and I'll update you as to how far I get by the time this episode's done. This is how much I was able to get with the last of the last skein of yarn. It is, oh, I guess I got a full round of that. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm on the 8th round as opposed to being able to finish 8 rounds with the pentagon. And I am 30 minutes into this episode of Law and Order. Okay. I am pretty sure that I'm going to start designing a Bill's jacket thing. I'm actually really excited. Football season's coming up. It's going to take me forever to do, but I think it'll be super cute. All right, so this is what I got so far. I'm on round 13. Nope, this is round 14. My bad. This is round 14. Oh, you can tell that it's much later. It's so much darker in here now. It's about time to turn on the lights, but I think it's like 5 o'clock. Ooh, 5:55. It's 6 o'clock. I don't know what time it is. I'm drinking matcha. Is 6 p.m. too late to drink matcha? I really want to finish this today. Okay, so I have 20 rows on the other side done. So I'm going to show you guys how to move forward from here. So this is 20 rows because this is like just the length of the sleeve that I like. So I'm going to put 2 stitch markers, one on this side and one on this side. And that's pretty much going to tell me not to crochet this side anymore. So going forward, I'm only going to be doing 5 of the 6 sides for the next. Because everything's identical, it doesn't really matter which of the 6 sides I do it. So it could have been, I could have put the marker on the last round. I'm on the last side and included this until I got there. But I'm using the one that I'm doing that way. I think it's easier to do the turn. It's just mentally easier for me to do the turn here. So instead of doing 2 in the corner, I'm going to chain 4. And then do a double crochet in the next chain 1 space. And then the chain 4 creates a little space for the next round's cluster to end in. And then I'm going to continue going from stitch marker to stitch marker, turning again by chaining 4 and doing a double crochet. And I do that for 8 more rounds, and I'll be back when it's time to only do the back and the bottom. Okay, it's later on. I have a hat on. Just ignore that. So I end up doing 2 extra rows. So I'm going to do one. I'm going to now do the 3 sides. So I put 1 stitch marker here and 1 stitch marker there, where I start and stop. Start at green, stop at orange. And I'm going to go down 1 across the bottom for the second side and up. And then this is just going to create the inside stripe. I'll show you. So the top part is the sleeve. So what we're doing is creating this yellow trim that goes along the bottom and it goes around the back. This will make the sweater thicker this way and longer this way. Or the shirt, the t-shirt dress. So that's what we're working on now. Just trying to make it symmetrical. I'm going to be doing this for 4 rounds. Just to get the measurements that I want, and I'm going to add 1 measurement that goes around the top of the whole thing. That'll end in the color that I like, the main color. So this is where I realized that I made a mistake when it came to my color changes, and I over counted the area where I ended the sleeve. So I originally in this video decided to end the sleeve at 20, but as you saw earlier in the video, I folded it over at 15 rows and ended it around 16. So I had to backtrack here and change the color changes and de-extend the sleeve. This is one of two mistakes. I'll be back to explain the other, but neither of them were catastrophic, just annoying. So here I am feeling kind of good, not worrying about it, but just wait, because the second mistake is coming. It's showing its head. I don't realize it yet, but I have made another annoying error. So some of you more eagle-eyed viewers may have already noticed this. I didn't notice it until just here, but as you see, this is the sleeve that I'm currently working on, and I think it looks fine. It looks good until I noticed when I was trying to combine them what the other sleeve happened to look like. This is the original. There is no line on the bottom of that sleeve there. That yellow line is only on one side, which means I, on the second half, crocheted down too far with the yellow. I have 2 rows additionally of the yellow that go down the side that aren't on the other side. It's not a terrible fix. I was not redoing it at this point. So what I'm going to do is add 2 rows of yellow to the original cuff of the first sleeve, and then just try to take the blue and hide it into the top part of the sleeves as well to make it look a little bit more seamless. It works. I think it looks decent. You wouldn't know that I made this mistake unless I told you, which I just did, but it was just another little annoying thing, and I was very, very sleepy by this point, which is probably why I made so many mistakes. So always crochet well rested, because I was exhausted by this time. This is what it looks like as a shirt. I could keep it a shirt, but I'm not gonna lie. I have extra blue yarn, and I kind of think that this would be a really cute t-shirt dress. I was going to do a short shirt and short combo, but I'm not sure. I think maybe this would be a nicer t-shirt dress than a shirt. I don't know what to do. This is what it looks like so far. This is what it looks like. Should I do matching shorts, or you know what? I'm gonna leave it up to you. If there's any comments, please let me know. Should I do matching shorts, or should I continue making this a dress? Either way, I should probably put buttons on it. So let's do that. Alright, this is by far the longest video I've ever uploaded onto this channel, so I really hope that you guys like it. It's a more vlog-like style than anything else, but I think that the tutorial might be a bit helpful if you're like stuck and you want to find something quick to make. This whole project took me about 16 hours total, but I'm also including all of the mistakes that I made, so you could probably do it a lot faster than that. I do have a part 2 that will come out in the next couple of weeks. That'll be the continuation of this project. Will I make a t-shirt dress? Will I keep it a t-shirt and make it a short combo? You'll just have to come back to see. Thanks